Now on 4 News Now at 6, a new survey set up to see if people feel safe in downtown Spokane.
That there are reasons to be concerned. There are definitely reasons to be concerned with safety downtown, but I also think that there are a lot of initiatives that are helping ease those concerns.
We'll show you why some say things are improving. Plus, we check the crime numbers to see what's really going on.
The hottest day of the year so far is headed our way, and it's bringing more than just heat. I'll show you the potential for fire danger in your area in the First Alert forecast.
Plus, think you know what's in your teen's room? You might be surprised. We'll show you how to spot the warning signs hiding in plain sight. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
And we begin with some breaking news. A wildfire is burning just outside of Laclede in Bonner County, that's southwest of Sandpoint. People living near Manley Creek Road need to be ready to evacuate. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. We have some photos coming in showing the smoke from that fire. Selkirk Fire Rescue says they were responding to a structure fire in the area when the flames spread to nearby vegetation. Investigators say it's also spread to structures and destroyed vehicles. Crews also believe that so far it's only burned about 5 acres of vegetation. So this is still developing. We will update you just as soon as we learn more.
Chris Crocker joins us now. And Chris, not only are we looking at the hottest temperatures of the year so far on the way, but you also mentioned it, an elevated fire risk coming this way.
Yes, and that is thanks to a cold front on the way after this hot weather. 4 things to know about your forecast. We're going to be in the 80s and 90s tomorrow, the warmest weather of the season so far. Sunny skies, very dry conditions, and then a cold front comes through early in the day on Thursday, and that is going to pick up winds around the region and bring the chance of mountain thunderstorms. So all of these factors coming together to produce the potential for some high fire danger. Here's a look at where we are going to see the greatest concern for thunderstorms: western Montana, northern Idaho, and the northeast mountains of Washington. Gusty winds higher in the Columbia Basin, but that will extend into Spokane as well as the Palouse. Breezy wind gusts in the 25, even 30-mile-per-hour range. Here are some of the winds Thursday night. After the cold front passes, we will be 20 to 30-mile-per-hour winds will be common, 33-mile-per-hour gusts in Grand Coulee, and then those winds will die down and we'll get back to another warming trend heading into the weekend. Before we get to the gusty winds, we have a warm, sunny, and relatively calm day on the way for Wednesday. 54 degrees to start the day, heading to a high of 87 in Spokane, the warmest day of the season so far, and 17 degrees above our average high. I'll let you know how hot it's going to get in your community and have your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Well, a new survey from Greater Spokane Incorporated says people are feeling safer in downtown Spokane.
And police statistics on violent crime and property crime reports in the downtown area back those surveys results. Derek Strom spoke with downtown residents about making the area more inviting.
Derek, Kirsten, GSI surveyed 600 people, and most of them said they feel comfortable visiting downtown Spokane during the day, and most of them said they feel uncomfortable visiting here during the night. The businesses hope that people will give downtown another chance to prove that it's safe.
Not going downtown because you're scared is your loss. You're the one that's missing out.
Business owners and residents say downtown Spokane certainly has its flaws, but they believe it's still a safe place for everyone to enjoy. Nearly 70% of the people surveyed by Greater Spokane Inc. say they feel safe downtown during the day.
I think that there are reasons to be concerned. There are definitely reasons to be concerned with safety downtown, but I also think that there are a lot of initiatives that are helping ease those concerns.
That includes programs from the Downtown Spokane Partnership like its Clean Team and its Walking Buddy program. A majority of people in GSI's survey say they don't feel safe walking downtown at night, but the Walking Buddy program provides people to walk you to work or to your car.
The issues that are playing out on our streets and on our sidewalks are top of mind for people, and they want to know that when they come downtown, they'll be safe. They want to know that the city is being responsive.
Clearing encampments from public sidewalks and parks is one issue a majority of people identified as a top priority. Many also want improved services for drug treatment and mental health resources.
I think that there is a drug problem, and I think, like I said, it's kind of rampant throughout everywhere, not just downtown. So I think just like more things to help those people that want to be helped.
Over 90% of people surveyed say that the downtown area is critical to this region's economic health. Downtown Spokane Partnership says it's important that people want this area to be successful and hopes to make this area even more inviting in the future. Live in downtown Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, here's a live look inside the Meade School Board meeting, where the board will once again be discussing the school district's transgender student-athlete policy. The school is trying to find a way to balance its policy to comply with both federal and state law. Back in February, the state superintendent of public instruction ruled that Meade's transgender policy did not meet state requirements. A new version is now on the table. It doesn't change rules around sports participation, but it does tackle issues like locker room use and overnight school trips. We'll break down all the changes for you tonight on Nightside starting at 11.
Well, a man is recovering from a head-on motorcycle crash in North Spokane County. It happened on Highway 2 near Lane Park Road in Meade, right by the North 40 Outfitters. According to investigators, that man was riding southbound when a car pulled out in front of him. The man was taken to the hospital with serious but not life-threatening injuries. Well, ever seen a sunrise from space? I don't think many of us have, but Spokane's own Ann McLean has, and she told some local kids exactly what it was like.
The out-of-this-world moment and the message she sent from orbit coming up.
911, what's your location?
Overwhelmed dispatchers, nonstop calls, and not enough staff, and now artificial intelligence is stepping in. See how AI is helping 911 centers on the Olympic Peninsula handle the overload.
And teens want summer jobs, but there are fewer out there. What's behind the slowdown and how to beat the competition? You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Perfection Tire. Watch Judy Justice weekdays at 3 on KXLY ABC4.
Judy Justice is now in session right here.
Judy Justice is brought to you by Russell and Hill. Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Call 1-800-LAW-0842.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. At the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now and STCU are teaming up to highlight and congratulate high school and college graduates. Send us a photo of your senior, and 10 lucky students will be chosen to win a $50 gift card from STCU. Enter your senior photo today at KXLY.com.
Touch can mean so many things, even for children with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can stir a sense of wonder, can make a ride go smoothly, and make a smile stretch ear to ear. Dupixent can help your child stay ahead of eczema with clearer skin and noticeably less itch. When a touch is all in good fun, Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Help your child feel the heal and see the difference. Reach out to your child's eczema specialist today.
The award-winning Spokane Valley Summer Theater celebrates its 10th anniversary season. Experience the wit of Gilbert and Sullivan in The Pirates of Penzance, June 20th through July 6th. Be enraptured by the timeless music of Rodgers and Hammerstein in the regional premiere of A Grand Night for Singing, July 11th through the 19th. And see the hit sensation Joseph in the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, August 1st through 17th. Tickets on sale now at svsummertheater.com or at 509-368-7897.
Well, summer break is almost here, and some teens plan on joining the workforce to earn some cash before heading back to school.
But they might have a hard time finding anything. CNN's Karen Kaifa explains why landing a summer job might be a struggle.
Blame tariffs and blame the economic uncertainty around those tariffs. Experts say that's putting a chill over some of the sectors that tend to hire teens the most.
Teens are finding the summer jobs market isn't so hot. Employment firm Challenger Gray and Christmas forecast teens will see the lowest number of summer jobs added since 2010. At the same time, Indeed hiring lab economist Allison Srivastav sees more demand for those summer roles.
There is more interest in summer jobs than we have seen in previous years, so there is going to be some more competition.
Challenger Gray and Christmas says businesses may hold off on summer hiring as tariff whiplash fuels economic uncertainty, with the possibility of higher costs for goods and concerns about consumers pulling back, especially in areas like travel and tourism that typically staff up with young seasonal workers. Srivastav says their data shows businesses not really shedding employees, but also not eager to hire.
People are kind of frozen in place. You know, it's a little bit of a deer in the headlights situation. So there's only so long that can go on for before, you know, people have to start making business decisions, especially in those more short-run markets like summer jobs.
Areas where jobs do remain available are tried and true in-person summer gigs, like offices that need administrative help and camps and recreation.
We haven't seen really a shift in necessarily the jobs that people are hiring for the summer, more of just like an overall decline. It's still very much camp counselors is a big one, lifeguards, things like that.
Srivastav says that breaking into the labor market right now is just really tough. That's not just for teens, but also for new college grads. She says the uncertainty is keeping workers in their current positions. So tapping into personal networks for the job hunt becomes even more critical. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Gorgeous evening across the inland Northwest. We're staying in the 70s through 7 o'clock. Mostly clear skies, light winds. Enjoy. It's going to be a lot warmer at this time tomorrow. All of your forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Three Dog Night, coming to the First Interstate Center for the Arts June 14th.
Shopping for quality tires but afraid you're paying too much?
You'll find you can trust Perfection Tire for the best deals on Cooper tires and other top quality brands.
Save even more with Cooper Tire rebates going on now. Nobody beats perfection.
This week, GMA kicks off your summer with the stars of Karate Kid legends, Ralph Macchio, Jackie Chan, and Ben Wang live. Plus, Abbott Elementary's Quinta Brunson gets the key to Philly, and GMA is there on Good Morning America.
There's working you. And then there's chill you. Chill you is more carefree and curious, more present, more relaxed, more fun. Chill you is the best you. There you are. Bring back your chill you with an escape to Coeur d'Alene, the city by the lake. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
When I was told I needed radiation treatment for a brain tumor, I couldn't stop thinking about what could happen to my memories. Those moments I cherish from growing up, of finding myself, of the people I love, of what I've created. Could they all just fade away? But when I learned how precise treatment was with Gamma Knife, I was reassured that those moments would be preserved. Because it's not only about protecting the memories I've made, but the ones I have yet to create.
Regular visits to your local Perfection Tire can ensure your car's safety and dependability.
With factory recommended maintenance, you increase your fuel efficiency as well as maintain your vehicle's value.
Nobody beats perfection.
Check this out. Local kids had the chance to get their questions about what it's like to be an astronaut answered by Spokane's own Anne McLean, who is currently on the International Space Station, like fourth grader Merrick from Liberty Lake Elementary, who wanted to know more about McLean's first trip to space and specifically if she got to look out the window.
I did get to look out the window on my first time to space. I remember maybe about 20 minutes after we got to orbit, and I looked out the window and it was almost all pure darkness, pure black. I couldn't see anything. And then I saw what looked like a small blue flame. And what I realized I was watching was my first sunrise. And that blue flame was actually just the sun rising over the curvature of the Earth. And I absolutely could not believe it.
Well, before she signed off, McLean left the kids with one important message.
The biggest thing that I can tell you is that you can do anything from Spokane, okay? I grew up in Spokane, and here I am in space. I can't wait to see what you guys do.
What a good message.
How cool for all those kids, right? To get a chance to talk to her on the ISS.
And Merrick, great question.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What a great opportunity. And hometown hero. I love it. Our temperature today, 73, 70 is our average high. I want to put this up here mainly to show you sunrise. 5 a.m. this morning. Tomorrow morning will be just into the 4 o'clock hour. Sunset tonight is at 8:36, so you still have plenty of time to enjoy this beautiful day. Our highs today around the region, as I mentioned, 73 in Spokane, but also in St. Mary's, 75 in Bonnersberry, Colville, and Coeur d'Alene, and a few 80s on the map, 82 in Lewiston, 80 in Wenatchee, 80 in Omak, and 81 in Winthrop. We're going to have a lot more 80s. Look what happens when I switch to tomorrow's high. That is quite a jump into the 90s in Omak, Grand Coulee, Moses Lake, and Lewiston. Awfully close in Ritzville and Coeur d'Alene, 87 in Spokane, St. Mary's, and Kellogg. And right around the Spokane area, 91 in downtown Spokane, 90 in Spokane Valley, and in the upper 80s in 9 Mile, Meade. There's Coeur d'Alene again at 89 degrees. So hot day on the way for tomorrow, and then a little bit of a up and down in our temperature trend. This white line is our average high. It's 70 right now. It'll be 71 by this time next week. So we're up at 87. Cooling down Thursday, Friday to 80, still 10 degrees above average. We're warm again on Saturday. Then another front comes through, dropping us down to 72 Sunday and then below average for Monday and Tuesday. And it's that first system coming through that cools us down Wednesday into Thursday that I mentioned that brings that chance of some thunderstorms and picking up our winds for concerns regarding fire danger. Our forecast radar, I'm jumping ahead more than 24 hours now. This is Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. We start to see some showers in advance of that front moving into the Moses Lake area up through Omak and then into the Northeast Mountains by 6 a.m. on Thursday. That's where we may start to see some isolated thunderstorm activity, and then that front comes through as we get into Thursday afternoon, and our winds begin to really pick up around that time as well, with wind gusts in Spokane in the 25-mile-per-hour range, but up to 35-mile-per-hour gusts in parts of the Waterville Plateau as well as the Columbia Basin. Your planning forecast after those gusty winds and possible mountain thunderstorms Thursday, a calmer 80-degree day on Friday. We're warm again Saturday. Then a cold front late Saturday into Sunday comes through that may pick up our winds Saturday night and into a breezy Sunday. And then the potential for showers Monday and Tuesday. We're quite dry across the region, so that would be really perfect timing after a nice weekend. If we could manage to get some rain, that would be timely. Kirsten?
All right, thank you, Chris. Emergency dispatchers across the country have been dealing with staffing shortages.
And now Port Angeles is turning to artificial intelligence for help with non-emergency calls. King 5's Eric Wilkinson explains.
911 dispatchers here on the Olympic Peninsula take about 25,000 non-emergency calls every year. Combine that with the staffing shortage, and AI is coming to the rescue.
911, what's your location?
Artificial intelligence is answering non-emergency calls to fire and police at the PENCOM Dispatch Center. About half of the calls to 911 are not for actual emergencies. Those calls take resources away from dispatchers who should be focusing on more serious matters. Compounding the issue is the fact that the dispatch center is having a difficult time filling open positions. It's only about half staffed. That is where AI comes in.
Hi, my name is Ava, and I'm an automated assistant for Peninsula Communications.
The new technology answers less important calls, allowing dispatchers to prioritize issues that need immediate attention. AI listens for keywords and even inflections in the caller's voice to sense trouble. If any of those criteria are met, the call goes directly to a human.
If the AI detects that there is a potential life-threatening or property-threatening emergency that's happening right now, it doesn't hesitate, it just transfers it.
Well, still ahead, new claims against Sean Diddy Combs. His former assistant says she was held against her will and witnessed threats, violence, even a break-in. The disturbing testimony and what it could mean for the case.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 2.99% APR on a 2025 Pilot.
Canopy Village is a safe haven for children in North Idaho. The nonprofit supports families in crisis, restoring trust and building a more compassionate community.
On Friday, May 30th, for every drink purchased at Jitters locations, Numerica will donate $1 to Canopy Village, up to $15,000.
Numerica's Coffee for a Cause Day helps provide safety and stability for families.
Buy a cup of coffee to help the children at Canopy's Village. Cheers! This is how Numerica cares for kids.
So according to Mr. Washington, we deserve a little room upgrade.
Oh, that won't be necessary.
Okay, how about a second opinion from the other Mr. Washington?
Are you a Camus Rewards member?
Yeah, why?
It's the only local players card that gives you the lowest possible rates on rooms and room upgrades, not to mention food and drinks throughout the property.
So I'm taking these back, right?
Membership matters with Camus Rewards, only at Northern Quest.
Remember, there's only one Leaf Guard. Leaf Guard is not a screen measure cover that goes over your old gutters. And this is the time of the year when we worry about the heat and the drought, and then we have to worry about what collects in our gutters. Twigs, leaves, and other debris, making it a fire hazard. All it takes is one spark. That's why you need Leaf Guard. The top's not a cover, it's part of the gutter. Now would be a great time to call to get Leaf Guard here in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, Eastern Washington, Northern Idaho. Call in now for the $99 install sale. $99 installation, no monthly interest for 18 months until paid in full. Or receive a $250 Visa gift card with purchase. And if you call during this program, dinner to go, a free $50 Darden Restaurants gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call us here in Spokane at 1-800-801-7182. Let me give you that number again, 1-800-801-7182.
Beat the heat. Always water before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m.
Well, if your teen or tween was vaping or drinking alcohol, would you be able to tell?
That is what Hidden in Plain Sight, an interactive workshop, plans to teach parents and educators, allowing them to walk into the simulation to spot the warning signs. Madeline Mullins is live at East Valley Middle School, where this workshop is happening right now. So Madeline, tell us how it all works.
Well, over 50 parents are inside East Valley Middle School walking through a mock teenage bedroom. Their goal, to find items that look like alcohol or drug paraphernalia. But what makes this difficult is those items are hidden in plain sight. Water bottles, highlighters, video game controllers, all typical items found in a teen bedroom. All of these items could be hiding something much more dangerous.
Just water bottles that look like water bottles. There's water in them. You
undo it, and there's a hiding compartment inside. Some of these vape pens look like markers and highlighters, and they actually work as a highlighter.
Hidden in Plain Sight is a workshop put on by Jennifer Dorsett. She has been to schools across the Inland Northwest, teaching parents about what drug use is happening and what the harms are.
I hope that their takeaway would be that that they just come out a little bit more educated at what is out there and what their kids are getting their hands on.
And how young they are getting their hands on it.
Our East Valley youth are starting to vape as early as 12, so it's time. It's never too early to just kind of watch and see what's happening.
Each mock bedroom is specifically tailored to the school and the parents that will be at the workshop, showing parents what items are being used at East Valley Middle and High School and how they are being used.
Tonight, if it's East Valley, it's going to be tailored towards East Valley data and the youth that are reported in the Healthy Year survey.
And not only does it teach parents about what to look for, but how to have that conversation with their children if they find these items. And if you're interested in this program and missed out on the event tonight, East Valley School District tells me that the Wake Up Call Backpack Curriculum is another similar program that you can check out and alerts parents and teaches them about these hidden dangers. Live in East Valley, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Now, we recently devoted an entire week looking into our ongoing teen mental health crisis, and we've put all of our stories in one place. You can take out your phone right now and scan this QR code using your camera. It will take you to our website where you can find all of our in-depth coverage, including tips on how to approach having these potentially life-saving conversations with your kids. If you miss the code, you can also head to KXLY.com and click on Teens in Crisis in the News tab. All right, around the nation now, rapper Sean Diddy Combs back in the courtroom today for the 3rd week of testimony.
His former assistant took the stand, testifying about 2 different times she said she felt she was held against her will while working for the hip-hop mogul. ABC's Rena Roy has more details.
Capricorn Clark, once the personal assistant to Sean Diddy Combs, testifying today she was held against her will twice while working for him. Once in 2011 when she says Combs showed up to her apartment early in the morning holding a gun, saying he wanted to go kill rapper Kid Cudi at his Los Angeles home after finding out about his relationship with Cassie Ventura. Ventura is Combs' ex-girlfriend and already testified against him in this trial. She says Combs forced her to go. Clark telling jurors she waited outside Kid Cudi's home while Combs and his bodyguard broke in. Clark testified that she was instructed to convince Kid Cudi to not tell police Combs was involved in the break-in at his house. Clark told jurors Combs said, quote, "If you don't convince him, I'm going to kill all of you." She said after Combs kicked Ventura over and over at his home. Clark testified that in 2004, Combs' security took her to a dilapidated building and over the course of 5 days forced her to take lie detector tests about missing jewelry. She told jurors a man there said if she failed, she would be thrown into New York's East River. Combs seen shaking his head in court in apparent skepticism during this testimony.
Capricorn Clark has given damaging testimony in terms of the racketeering conspiracy. Capricorn Clark has served as one of the strongest witnesses in the sense of her being the personal assistant in terms of being the insight as to what was going on, but information about how the security really worked as co-conspirators to Sean Combs.
The defense attempted to prove that she enjoyed working for Combs. In her cross-examination, Clark emotional, saying, quote, "Separate from all this stuff, I did learn a lot from Puff." Defense attorneys also pointed out that just a month after federal authorities raided Combs' properties, Clark said she and Combs had a discussion about her returning to work for him again as his chief of staff. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Well, flying United this summer, heads up, the airline is changing its check-in rules.
Yeah, why you'll need to get to the airport earlier and when that new policy kicks in, coming up. And construction season is in full swing, and there are projects you need to know about. We'll show you some of the biggest projects that could throw a wrench into your commute.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
My feet hurt so bad in the morning, I couldn't even put my feet on the floor. So I built all this together to engineer a solution to my pain. Finally, I went to Good Feet, and they gave me this.
Good Feet Arch Supports, engineered for pain relief, personally fitted for you.
The Book of Mormon is the best musical of this century. You won't believe how funny it is. You won't believe how much heart it has. And when it's over, you won't believe how much you'll want to see it again. The Book of Mormon, June 3rd through 7th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck?
Get real results.
Get Russell and Hill.
I was hit by an intoxicated driver. I came upon Russell and Hill, and it was really, really great to have an expert working for me. I got more than I was expecting, significantly more than what insurance was originally telling me I would get. I would absolutely recommend Russell and Hill.
Russell and Hill will fight for you. Call 800-LAW-0842.
WSECU Cashback Checking. You give and give and give. Let's give you something back. Just use your debit card to earn. WSECU Cashback Checking. Let's credit union.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Get the freedom to save and 0.9% financing for 60 months on this Silverado. That's over $6,600 in average finance savings. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
This summer, escape to where music meets the mountains in Sandpoint, Idaho. July 24th through August 3rd, the festival at Sandpoint presents Sierra Farrell, Brothers Osborne, Third Eye Blind, Kansas, Dispatch, and more. Whether you're dancing under the stars or exploring Sandpoint's lake, hiking, and local charm, this is summer at its best. Get your tickets now at festival@sandpoint.com.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Welcome back. As the weather heats up, we are all set for barbecues and lake days, but roads will soon turn into a maze of closures and detours.
Road construction season is here, and while it's not unexpected, we want to make sure you're not caught off guard this summer when your drive hits a speed bump. Hunter Bertram is live with a preview of the big projects that could impact your summer commute.
Yeah, hey, Derek here. So, to be honest, it's a bummer when you run across detours and road constructions during your summer plans, possibly even limiting the time at the lake because you're just caught in traffic. And if you've actually been downtown recently, you've seen some of these summer road construction projects already at work. We're standing on Stevens and Riverside, and the city's revamping these corridors, Stevens and Washington. This phase includes ramp replacements, a grind and overlay, basically a new top layer of the road, a new striping, aiming to wrap up by July. Now, here's a few more projects that could impact your summer drive.
Get ready, Spokane commuters, because 3 major projects are about to shake up your summer drive. In the Valley, East Sprague Avenue from South Bodish Road to South McDonald Road is getting a facelift, so expect lane closures and detours. Near downtown, the I-90 exit and on-ramps at Maple and Walnut are undergoing a makeover, stretching from 4th Avenue to the Maple Street Bridge. The city of Spokane aims to rehabilitate that stretch, aiming to work overnight to keep your daytime drive as smooth as possible.
Not excited about road construction season. Not at all. They say Spokane has 5 seasons, and road construction is the 5th one.
Jermaine Williams lives on the South Hill. A big project on Freya Street begins next to his house.
Well, I mean, you look out here right now and you see how many commuters are out here, and it's only the afternoon, right? So I would absolutely have to give myself more preparation time in order to get to wherever it is that I'm going to go.
On Freya on the South Hill, a big section will soon be torn up for a water main replacement. Despite construction starting on 21st, where Williams lives, he says it won't stop him and his son Zamari from enjoying the front yard.
We're going to be out here in this yard. Definitely. We might sell lemonade. We need to create more income streams.
This Freya closure runs from 21st to 13th Avenue, late June to mid-August.
Right now, you got to take into account that road construction really can fluctuate depending upon the weather. So start dates, kind of when they're going to wrap up. Also, the timelines can all really change. We'll be making sure to update you on these projects. Also, there's going to be more if you head to KXLY.com that you can learn some more about. Derek Kirsten live in downtown Spokane. Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
All right, Hunter, thank you. And speaking of construction, it's underway on a world-class cross-country facility in Spokane Valley. We've been telling you about this. It'll be just off of North Flora Road between East Euclid and the Spokane River. And today, Spokane Sports secured close to a $300,000 grant from the state to help build it. The money will go toward installing a permanent finish line arch. The organization says this is a critical feature, improving the quality of the facility and its capability to host major events. The course Spokane Valley is set to open this fall.
All right, let's send it over now to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker with your first alert forecast. Chris, now I want some lemonade.
Yes, I was thinking going for a run after seeing that story, but I would rather have lemonade. I am with you there. A beautiful evening in progress right now. It is going to be quite a bit warmer at this time tomorrow. Let's do your Wednesday forecast hour by hour. 57 degrees at 7 a.m. Bright blue skies, winds less than 10 miles per hour. We'll already be in the 70s at 10 a.m. Our average high is 70 degrees, and we'll have already surpassed that well before noon. 80 by noon. We're heading up to a high temperature tomorrow afternoon of 87 degrees, the warmest day of the season so far, and 17 degrees above average. In the month of May, we average 4 80-degree or higher days so far. We have had two, one exactly 80 degrees, another one 85 on Sunday. I think we're going to take a pretty good run at our average. Our record, though, is certainly safe by this point in the month. 15 days of 80-degree or higher heat back in 1924. We are going to have a little bit of up and down in our temperatures. I will be back to tell you all about that, and two cold fronts that are going to impact our weather in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. A record-breaking number of people traveled for Memorial Day weekend.
The holiday marks the unofficial start of summer and the busiest travel season. Looking ahead to this summer, the Spokane International Airport says an average of 8,500 seats are scheduled to depart through the airport each day in June and July. That is a 13% increase from last year. The airport says this is mostly because of new or expanded air service to popular markets like Dallas, Denver, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. The FAA says it's expecting flight numbers to grow week by week throughout the summer, with the peak at the end of July. Thursdays will be the busiest day of the week to travel.
A heads up for anyone flying on United Airlines this summer. The airline wants passengers to arrive at the airport earlier. United wants passengers checked in 45 minutes before a domestic flight takes off. Previously, passengers without checked bags could arrive 30 minutes before departure. This new policy will take effect June 3rd. The new check-in policy will align with the airline's checked baggage deadline, which is also 45 minutes before a plane takes off.
The COVID-19 vaccine will no longer be recommended for healthy pregnant women and healthy children. That is according to the Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy, Jr.
That ends today. It's common sense and it's good science.
There's no evidence healthy kids need it today, and most countries have stopped recommending it for children.
Last week, the FDA said it is overhauling how it approves COVID-19 vaccines, a move that could impact the availability of future shots for older Americans and people at higher risk of serious COVID-19 infection. Well, the search is on in 2 states for inmates who managed to break out of jail.
One of which involves an inmate well-versed in how law enforcement operates because he spent years in uniform himself. CNN's Laura Aguirre has the story.
He's a sociopath. This former Arkansas prosecutor is talking about 56-year-old Grant Hardin, who remains on the run this hour. Hardin escaped from a northern Arkansas state prison Sunday afternoon. Records show he was serving 30 years for murder and 50 years for rape.
Prison's not full of people who are all bad. It's full of a lot of people who just do bad things. Grant's different.
The difference is that Grant is a former law enforcement officer, according to an investigation discovery documentary, which shows Hardin having served as a police officer, police chief, and a county constable during his career. He went to prison in 2017 for murder and 2 years later pleaded guilty to rape after his DNA linked him to a 1997 crime, court documents show.
It makes it even more shocking when a person who wears the badge would betray not only victims but his community's sense of right and wrong.
On Sunday, prison cameras captured Hardin wearing a makeshift outfit designed to mimic a prison official. Authorities believe he exited through a controlled and secured area, wheeling a cart of boxes and wood. Multiple law enforcement agencies are on this manhunt, one that comes less than 2 weeks after 10 inmates broke out of a New Orleans jail. 3 more of the fugitives were captured yesterday. Police dash cam in Huntsville, Texas shows the moment 2 of them were taken into custody after a vehicle pursuit Monday. The 3 joined 5 others who were caught last week, leaving 2 on the run tonight. Jail officials say both men should be considered armed and dangerous. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Well, the Spokane Zephyr are 1 win away from the playoffs.
And Jack, they close out the regular season at home this Saturday against another club needing a win.
It is the perfect setup for an intense final match day. Here with the Zephyr plan to prep to get that critical win and punch their ticket to the postseason, all coming after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Book your stay and play getaway today at Mistaqua.com.
Do you like Hot Wheels? Do you want to see awesome Hot Wheels toys come to life? Join me at the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Blow and Fire and watch your favorite monster trucks do wheelies, donuts, and crush cars. Join the pre-show party before each performance. It's Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Blow and Fire, where you can see your favorite Hot Wheels toys become larger than life. See you there!
Regain your quality of life with expert spine care at Prosser Memorial Health. Neurological spine surgeon Dr. David Yam, with over 20 years of experience, specializes in comprehensive spine care, minimally invasive surgery, and disc replacement. Dr. Yam is now seeing patients at our new Spine Center locations in Prosser and Walla Walla. Call 509-786-5599 today to schedule your appointment. New, returning, and second opinion patients welcome. The new Spine Center at Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Exploring different regions throughout the Northwest and beyond can be fun and educational. 4 News Now would like to showcase these locations with Travel for Adventures.
Moses Lake is the perfect place for family getaways and exploring.
From camping, fishing, and ATVing around the lake to outdoor concerts, farmers markets, and air shows, Moses Lake has something for everyone. Visit tourmoseslake.com.
Annual events like Springfest, the Moses Lake Air Show, and the Grant County Fair are a blast. And check out the BMX State Qualifier, Vintage Hydroplane Test and Tune Days, and the Sand Scorpion Freestyle event.
For a low-key vacation, how about the Great Gulf, Water Park, or one-day Art Fest? The Amani Festival, celebrating Hispanic cultures, takes place in September.
Moses Lake, Washington. It's the perfect place to explore.
Discover more places you might like to visit. Go to KXLY.com/travel4adventures.
For the team ready to conquer the grandest stage, immortality awaits. Moments of sweat and sacrifice forge the composition of champions. An unforgettable journey is nearing its finale. The NBA Finals begin June 5th on ABC.
Some more breaking news just into the newsroom now. All evacuation orders have been lifted for that fire burning just outside of Laclede in Bonner County, southwest of Sandpoint. These are photos of the smoke coming from that fire. Selkirk Fire Rescue says they were responding to a structure fire in that area when it spread to nearby vegetation. It's still developing now, but again, evacuations have been lifted.
All right, let's send it over to Jack Wallace now with your look at sports.
Spokane Zephyr close out their season this weekend, regular season. They need a big win at home to punch their first playoff berth in their inaugural season. The Zephyr pushed their record to 11 wins, 8 draws, and 8 losses. That's best for 4th in this 8-team league. That's just at the edge of the playoff line. Spokane took 10 of a possible 12 points in their last 4 matches, setting up a final match day against Fort Lauderdale United FC, where the winner is guaranteed a playoff spot. Zephyr captain Taylor Elmer says the improvement from the fall season to the spring half of the season has been the biggest difference maker in the team's playoff push.
I think we wanted it in the fall. I think we just weren't able to put together 90-minute games, and that showed. But I think in the spring, whether things go our way or they don't, we have just like a little different bit of grit to us.
That grit comes into play against the Fort Lauderdale team. Spokane's faced 3 times this season so far, but that includes 1 loss and 2 draws. So let's take a look at the current table. Spokane and Fort Lauderdale tied at 41 points. So if there's a winner between the two, that winner makes the playoffs. A Spokane draw needs a Dallas loss or draw versus Carolina to be safe. And if Spokane unfortunately loses, they only can get in if Dallas loses. Kickoff against Fort Lauderdale is Saturday at 6 p.m. at One Spokane Stadium. Seattle Mariners return home to T-Mobile Park tonight after yesterday's day off to face the Washington Nationals. These two haven't played in Seattle since 2023. That was a 2-1 Nats series win. Seattle's only won 1 series against Washington ever. That was a 3-0 sweep in 2003. Really? First pitch just got underway. We'll have highlights tonight at 11. Yes, Derek, that's right. Been a while. Game 4 between former Zag Andrew Nimhart's Indiana Pacers and the New York Knicks. Indiana shocked New York with games 1 and 2 winning. But the Knicks erased a 20-point deficit to win Game 3. Third quarter now, score 82-75. Pacers in front. We'll have highlights on Nightside. Seattle Seahawks began today their organized team activities, otherwise known as OTAs. They're one of 20 NFL clubs starting off the 4-week full team training process of the summer. The OTAs are voluntary and non-contact, but it's the first time we can see teams with 11-on-11 drills running full speed. NFL offseason now over halfway over. Today marks 100 days exactly until the season begins. And last up here, a fun nod to Washington State football fans. EA released their College Football 26 video game cover today, and there front and center lies Old Crimson, the famous WSU flag that flies at every college game day. Washington State joins Oregon State as the Pac-12 teams that made the cover, but I'm certain to the delight of most Kook fans, the Washington Huskies did not make the cut for the cover. So there was a little bit of discourse on social media about that I thought was quite funny.
Well, I didn't think it was a big deal until now you said the Huskies aren't in it, so now it is a big deal.
Yeah, I know some Huskies in this newsroom are going to be a little upset about that. All right, thanks, Jack. Hey, before we go to break, we want to help. Oh, there's Chris. Let's get our planner.
I have your Wednesday planner. 54 degrees to start the day. That high of 87, 17 degrees above our average high of 70 degrees. Bright blue skies and light winds. And then some changes in the forecast. I'll explain after the break.
Now we want to celebrate the graduating seniors. Sorry about that, Chris. This is all across the Inland Northwest. You've been sending in your seniors like Alexandra Kaser. We are told she's going to be attending Eastern Washington University in the fall, pursuing a bachelor's in nursing.
And meet Carter Pitts from Amaraculi Heartline High School. He's a 3-sport athlete as well as a salutatorian. Carter will be headed to Pullman to attend WSU in the fall. Go Cougs. If you want to celebrate your student and enter them to win a $50 gift card, you can submit their photo online for a chance to be featured right here on 4 News Now. Just head to KXLY.com/class of 2025.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
What's for dinner? Shop Fred Meyer for appetizing ingredients and big savings, like $600 in digital coupons and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
For the 3rd year in a row, Sturm Heating proudly stands as one of the top HVAC companies in the greater Spokane region. Our team of over 80 HVAC experts prioritize your comfort and air quality utilizing today's most advanced systems. With 80 years of experience, we embody strength, technical excellence, and community commitment. Trust us for unparalleled service. Discover more at sturmheating.com. Your comfort, our legacy. Sturm Heating since 1945, and we're just getting started.
Recreational fires can cause odors, smoke, and safety issues. You can help by following these rules. Keep your fire 2 feet high and 3 feet across, like this hula hoop. Burn only dry, natural firewood or manufactured logs, and keep all fires at least 25 feet away from structures. Attend the fire at all times and fully extinguish before leaving. Outdoor burning is restricted during fire danger conditions. Go to SpokaneCleanAir.org for details.
You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. George Thorogood and the Destroyers bring their roof-shaking rock party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Winter Music Nashville's multi-platinum star Gabby Barrett is an unstoppable force in country music and will be live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, August 14th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
The 70th anniversary open house savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pepsi brand 12 packs are buy 2 get 2 free, and MD 8-roll bath tissue is just $5.99. Stock up and save through June 2nd at Bi-Mart since 1955.
What's for dinner? Shop Fred Meyer for appetizing ingredients and big savings like $600 in digital coupons and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino.
Love this weather. Temperatures in the 70s, seasonable. Just a couple of degrees above average today. Blue skies, light winds, and it is just lovely. 4 things to know about your weather. Our temperatures are going to take a big jump tomorrow. 80s and 90s across the region with sunny skies. Then a cold front comes through on Thursday. It's going to pick up our winds and bring a chance of some mountain thunderstorms. There are no red flag warnings or fire weather advisories in effect at this point, but I know that the Weather Service and firefighters are going to be keeping a very close eye on the conditions for the potential for increased fire risk. Wednesday's high temperatures around the region ranging from the mid-80s to the lower 90s around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Most locations seeing the highest temperatures of their season so far. A broader view around the inland northwest. Again, temperatures from the mid-80s to even some mid-90s in Lewiston and the Tri-Cities. A lot of locations having their first 90-degree day tomorrow. It's all thanks to this ridge of high pressure that's going to be moving to the east. That gives us a strong southerly flow as a cold front approaches. This is the one that is going to give us that chance of some mountain showers and thunderstorms, and we'll pick up our winds a little bit for Thursday. Here is Thursday at noon. Once that front clears, high pressure begins building back in. We're back to the sunshine. And then another cold front, a little bit stronger, bringing cooler weather with it, comes in for Saturday night and into Sunday. But back to that first cold front, the best chance for some thunderstorm activity, western Montana, North Idaho, and the higher terrain of the northeast mountain areas. Gusty winds common through the Columbia Basin and Waterville Plateau, to a lesser extent in Spokane and the Palouse, and but it will be breezy throughout the entire region. As you can see here in our forecast, wind gusts for Thursday night, the highest gusts Grand Coulee, Moses Lake, Ritzville, and even down into the LC Valley on Thursday. Your planning forecast, we calm down for Friday. Temperatures will drop with that first cold front, but 80 degrees is still 10 degrees above average. Warm back up for Saturday. Then we have another cold front coming in Saturday overnight and into Sunday that will drop our temperatures back down to average. And it looks like we may slip below average Monday and Tuesday with a chance of rain both days, which we really need and will welcome in. Fingers crossed that we get something out of that. Kirsten?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, President Donald Trump escalating his clash with Harvard University, where he's expected to pull the plug on millions more in federal funding.
CNN's Brian Abel is at the White House with details on Trump's newest move.
This would be the cancellation of all federal contracts to the university to the tune of roughly $100 million, according to 2 senior Trump officials. The White House giving this directive to all federal agencies to identify any contract with Harvard and determine if they could be canceled or redirected elsewhere, the officials said. This move comes after the president posted on Truth Social over the holiday weekend that he was considering, quote, taking $3 billion of grant money away from Harvard and instead reallocating that funding to trade schools. All of this happening as a status conference gets underway Tuesday in Boston, where a federal judge hears from Trump's and Harvard's lawyers about the ability of Harvard to enroll international students. The judge has already temporarily paused the administration's efforts to pull that program certification. Trump on Sunday said this after posting on Truth Social that the White House is still waiting for foreign student lists from the university.
We have Americans that want to go there and to other places, and they can't go there because you have 31% foreign. Now, no foreign government contributes money to Harvard. We do.
Harvard, as of October of 2024, does share a list of where its international students come from, showing the most international students coming from China, then Canada, India, South Korea, and the UK. The State Department is the entity that issues student visas for these students, so the administration should, in theory, already have access to a list. The president of Harvard, while on NPR, pushing back on the assertion that they haven't given the administration the information it has asked for, saying that, to the best of his knowledge, that claim was untrue.
What is perplexing is the measures that they have taken to address these that don't even hit the same people that they believe are causing the problems. Why cut off research funding?
A hearing on Harvard's challenge to the Trump administration's ban on enrolling international students is scheduled for Thursday. At the White House, Brian Abel reporting.
All right, as we head into our final timeout, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for your Tuesday night.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Actress Daryl Hannah and the Mini Horses. How she's comforting all the old folks with these adorable creatures. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
It's game time.
You want to win it, you got to spin it.
I'm like dialed in.
Who would ever leave a show and then go, never mind.
Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. New tonight and tomorrow on ABC.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make 2 feel like 1, or simply be a helping hand. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin. And fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
Did you know Corsair is an old-timey word for pirate? Me neither. But more importantly, it's a new-timey word for a luxury car that'll shiver your timbers at Northern Quest. It's the $110,000 Corsair Conquest giveaway, where you could set sail in a brand new Lincoln Corsair. Play daily to enter, then join Dave, Ken, and Molly for the grand prize drawing on May 31st. Plus, pre-party from 2 to 6 p.m. in case you're feeling, pillagey.
My parents started their first dealership in Coeur d'Alene in 1983. They took pride in being locally owned and work hard to help this great community we call home.
Now, 3 generations later, we're still proud to be one of the last locally owned Subaru dealerships, and we're working harder than ever to give back to the community that has supported us all these years.
Because we're looking forward to being your local family Subaru dealer for generations to come.
4 News Now is brought to you by Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical.
Well, coming up tonight on Nightside, are you struggling at home with the picky eater? The tips one doctor has for parents to help their kids develop healthy eating habits. I need to hear these tonight on Nightside.
It is going to be a warm day tomorrow, heading up to a high of 87. Some locations getting into the 90s. Looks like we may stay in the 80s through Saturday.
Wow. 90s is really going to feel like something given where we've been the last few weeks,
yes,
right?
absolutely.
All right. Chris,
Thanks.
thank you.
We'll see you for Nightside at 11. Hope you have a great night.